Okay, it's January 16, 2022. I'm just outside the Pomona Swap Meet where we are today to check out all the cars in the car corral, whatever we're going to see. For information, they are requiring VAX cards and or a negative test, actually, or a negative test. They're doing tests here, rapid tests, so you can get in. So most likely it's going to be like that in March. There's no Pomona Swap Meet next month in February, and then in March there will be another Pomona. But I'm just giving you that for the information. Be sure to check their website or their social media before you decide to come to a future Pomona event to check what the situation is. But let's go check this one out. Okay, so we got in here, and I will say the crowd is a lot lighter than it normally is. So there are fewer cars, so I'll be able to spend a little bit more time on each car, such as the 63 Impala. So there's that, which was expected. Last time they had the requirements, the crowd was a little bit light, and this time it is as well. So take that for what you will. I don't really want to get in a whole discussion about it, but obviously it is nicer when I have more to show you, and we'll just leave it at that. But a big shout out to all our viewers back in the areas of the country where it snowed in, as we have a lot of them back there. We have a lot of people commenting that they're happy to watch my videos out here in California, and they're snowed in. They can't even go to a car event. So big shout out to those guys. Keep watching the videos. We'll keep bringing them to you. Next week I got the Moon Eyes party. Like I said, next week I got to keep the clip short because there's music everywhere. Well, next week's the Moon Eyes New Year's party happening at Irwindale. Not sure what's going on there for requirements. I do know the end of the month we have the Grand National Roadster show here at the Fairplex. They have the same requirements, so if you're coming out to that, make sure you got what they need. We'll be out here shooting that, and we'll bring you that. And I think that's going to still draw a crowd because it's been 2 years since the last one, and that's always a big show. It's always one a lot of people look forward to, so I can't imagine people aren't still looking forward to it. Have a look at this GMC for $3,500. Here's a 57 Chevy Bel Air 4-door post. Just says make offer, and there's all the information. And I will mention this again, be sure to check the date of the video. I put it in the thumbnail, I put it in the description, I announced it at the beginning of the video, and I always say do not call on any of these if it's more than, like, say, a month or so. So use your better judgment. Leave these guys alone if it's been a while, because I realize it might pop up on your YouTube a while from now. You might think this event just happened when it didn't. So check those dates. Have a look at this nice first gen Camino. I just went to the van meet. I went to the SoCal Slow Ride a couple weeks ago, and we shot that. So if you like vans, check that video out. Here's a little bit of a Project 63. This one has definitely seen better days. I don't see, oh, there's a sign on the other side. We'll show you that. So, I do wish there was more to shoot here. We'll try to shoot what we can. Maybe we'll get more detail. This one could be yours for $15,200. 63 Super Sport AC with power windows. Just needs a little bit of wax. This transporter here. Got a Monte Carlo. This one could be yours in 1981, 3.8 liter turbo, 14,500, 38,000 original miles on this Monte Carlo. There's a Caprice. And for all you guys back east where it snowed over, we're supposed to hit highs of the mid-70s today here in California, here in Southern California. This Caprice could be yours for $12,500. It's a 74, so you don't have to smog it if you're in California. So we're going to be in the mid-70s today. It'll be t-shirt weather by midday. Sorry to report that. Also, I had lunch at In-N-Out yesterday, so did that just for you guys. Here's a 37 Ford. It says good Iowa title, same family for 50 years. Could be yours for $9,275. Looks to be there. You can get the parts for these. I've actually got a lot of parts that I ordered for the 40 I have, but I haven't gotten to it yet. I actually need more parts, and that's still to come. There's a neat transporter pickup. That was a bit of a crowd around it for $20,500. And coming up in a few weeks, I think next month is the next month or the month after that, I can't remember. There's the Octo Meet down at Long Beach Veterans Memorial Stadium, where the Long Beach Swap Meet is held, and it's all Volkswagen transporters.
I'd like to have it.
And we shot that one before. We'll shoot it again. And that one I like because my daughter actually likes to go to that, which it's like one automotive event my daughter actually does like to go to because she likes Volkswagen transporters. Here's a 66 Mustang Convertible, 8-code 4-speed for $35,000. Little Carmen Ghia. Oh, it does have a for sale sign. Little red Carmen Ghia. This one's a 64 for $18,000. I remember the old days when these were cheap, like everyone else. I like this Grand Prix. The interior on this one. I always like these cars. My father used to have a 67 convertible Grand Prix. This one's even got the 8-lug wheels on it. Such a neat car. Come over, we'll show you this side if we can. There's a 69 Dodge Dirt that can be yours for, that's what it says, $17,500. V8, so probably 318, 58,000 miles. And my opinion, that's maybe a tad excessive. Okay, maybe it's a lot excessive for that, but I realize it's a Mopar, but it's not one of those Mopars, the big money ones. There's an 83 Cadillac Eldorado, one of the 4100 cars, $13,900. It's a Baritz. Fortunately, it is one of the 4100 cars. They tend to not be as valuable as the ones without the 4100. Again, in my opinion, that's excessive for that. These just haven't caught on that much. Does have the custom grille on it though. You got a Ford pickup, 4-wheel drive. This one's $13,000, and this one could be yours for no price. Okay, it doesn't have a price on it, so I'll just assume he told his wife he would sell it, and he doesn't really want to. I actually did put my Cougar back up for sale, and man, it's just tire kicker season. Let me tell you, not even tire kicker. They don't even come out and kick tires. They just want to send you offers without looking at it. And I keep telling people, the first person that comes and looks and sees how rust free it is going to snag it, because it looks worse in the photos than it does in person. And no one's taking me up on the offer to come out and have a look. So the lowball offers continue, and it's still in my driveway. So it doesn't have a price on it. The Mustang. I think we've seen this one before. This guy has that cover to keep the leaves out of there. I always call those little grills the leaf catchers. That's really all they're good for, catching leaves. There's a bump side pickup. So I noticed, last night on Facebook says the Hero Honda Merc sold for $1,900,500, whatever, almost $2 million. Let's just leave it at that. So I don't know if it'd be nice if it comes back to Southern California and maybe gets displayed at a museum, or we still see it at shows over the years, but hasn't really been reported on who bought it yet. So that still remains to be seen, but it was always nice to see that car at shows since it was restored back in the 90s. So we have a look at this 55. Maybe it'll even appear at Grand National in a few weeks. That'd be kind of interesting to see that happen. This one has a for sale sign on the seat, but no actual information.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now look at this Ford convertible. Some of these cars might be a little dirty. We got a little sprinkling of rain last night, so everything kind of did get rained on. This Transporter. No information about what they want for it. Obviously these are not cheap. 63 Impala. There's no information about what they want. They're a 57 Nomad. These are all the same people. This is Crown, Dodge, and Ventura. Brought all these out, didn't put prices on them, and there's nobody standing around, so not sure what the deal is there. So if you are interested in one of these that we just showed, they're at Crown, Dodge, and Ventura. Maybe they're on their website. Who knows? Look at this Mercury. This is another one of the Crown Dodge cars. Boy, they sure got here early to put cars out, but then they didn't actually leave a salesperson or anyone with any information. Here's a 56 Nomad Pro Touring. This one's the same thing, Crown Dodge, as well as this Mustang. I think we're going to wind up shooting Crown Dodge's complete inventory by the time we're done with this video. Here's a 65 Mustang V8 car. And this same thing, Nova. Again, this one's actually a V8 car too. And this one is, of course, same thing. No information on it. No salesperson. Yeah, this one I don't believe. No, this one is Crown Dodges as well. Like I said, we're going to shoot their entire inventory. Maybe we'll just drive up there and shoot their new Dodges too. A nice 56 convertible with upgraded brakes. It's like just a nice restoration, and but they upgraded the brakes, which that's always a good idea. Yeah, I bought a Continental Mark II. I'm sure this is also theirs. They took this whole line. They got here last night. This one has some information about the car, but No price, nothing like that.
For that 51 Merc.
And a 60 Impala.
People like Jay Leno being the one that can afford it.
And a 58 Cadillac Convertible. Oh, look at that grill. I still have the 56 that was my father's, which did appear in one video. It appeared in the Palm Springs Casual Concourse video. I keep it at my friend's out in Palm Springs. So I hope to do a feature on that car at some point for the channel. Just haven't gotten around to it. And I'll show you this. This one is not Crown Dodge's car, I believe. This is a 65 Impala. This one could be yours for, that's not a misspelling, that's $30,000 for this beautiful Chevy Caprice. That Chrysler Imperial. Is this the one with all the weird J.C. Whitney accessories on it? No, I don't think it is. 17,000. There's Crown Imperial. Ooh, someone put a sunroof in it. The 70s happened to this car, unfortunately. Yeah, this one with all the J.C. Whitney accessories. We saw this a few Pomonas ago in a video. So it could be yours for $38,500. Seems like a much better deal than the one we saw in the trailer a while ago. This one appears to have actually driven in here.
$64.
Yeah, they got one at 37.
Come over and show you the 62 wagon. This one is backyard fresh. This one could be yours for $7,500. Runs and stops. Those are two good things. And there's the information on that one. Honestly, this one will probably sell. So, oh, look at the interior. Actually, isn't terrible. Honestly, this one's probably going to go today. So. The driver door had a bad hinge. It's got a little bit of a quarter panel issue there. That one, I'm sure, that one's close to being gone, I'm sure. That one will disappear and find a new home at that price, in my opinion. Here's a 67 C10. I'll show you this one. Nice short bed. Have a look at the interior there. This one has the 250 straight six. Those are very, very reliable. Not sure why it has a C30 badge on the fender, but it does. There's a 68 Cutlass. It says 350 on the fender, so it's 350 old motor. Complete with a 4-speed, buckets, and console. Could be yours for $19,000. Not sure if you can see the sign over there on the side there. Of course, there's music as I get closer that way, so I can't go too far that way. But I actually used to have a 68. I had a 68, the F85 two-door post years ago with a straight six. 77 lowrider Cadillac, 17,000. I had a 68 F85 two-door post. Guy came out from, I bought the thing cheap. I think I paid about $100 for it. I think I got about 3 or 35 for it. And the 6-cylinder was just worn out. Sold it to a guy from New Mexico, came out with a trailer and picked it up. And he had a 455 ready to go in it, so I'm sure that car's been built by now. Have a look at this Fury. 63, make offer. There's the information with a 383 under the hood. And I believe they are doing, right as of right now, there's an 8-track under the dash there. Maybe we can get a better shot of it on the other side. As of right now, they are doing spring fling at Woodley Park in Van Nuys in April, and that same weekend there's actually a Pomona and the Fabulous Ford show. So not sure how we're going to split that one up. I may have to come here, shoot Pomona, go find a library to upload the video, and then go do the Ford show at Irwindale. It's not at Knott's anymore. But it's basically the weekend after Easter, because Easter weekend nobody ever schedules anything. So there's a 76 Grand Prix. It'll be yours for $12,000. The 350. These were still the 350 Pontiacs in these years. Pontiac had their own motor. I don't know if there's any more information on there. Kind of nice it's not a vinyl top car, so it escaped the rust demons. And an El Camino. Like I said, there's really like 3 major events on one weekend. You got Spring Fling, Fabulous Fords, and Pomona on the same weekend in April. So I don't know how, I have no idea how I'm going to do that. 81 El Camino for $8,000. So, and of course the weekend before there's nothing. So I'm going to have to probably do a project car video or something for that weekend. Still getting work done on the Matador. It does run. I need to get it stopping, and I just got some white letter tires to put on some vintage slot mags for it. So hopefully I'll be getting some work done on that pretty soon. There's a 72 Grand Prix, runs and drives, needs a master, $8,000. Not sure why they couldn't just throw a master on it. Also needs a windshield, and it's got a little bit of the rust issues on the hood. I'd say the hood's gonna have to be replaced. Ooh, and it's a vinyl top car. And who knows what evil lurks under that vinyl top. So there's that. Guessing this was a beach area car. This has classic beach area car look to it with the rust. Now look at the rust on this side. Alright, we always got to show the vans. Here's an old Chevy van. It'll be yours for $12,500 for a 74 Chevy van. And knowing vans, that's not that's very high for that. I'll just be admitting it. It's not even a panel; it's a window van. This one's $7,500 for this 75 F100. At least it's the what do they call it? The Super Cab. That's what those are called, the Super Cab. I used to have an F250 like that. The other one, I'm not sure if I can get through there. There's guys washing his Chevelle here. This one is $62,500. I don't know if the number is going to come up. And here's a 64 Impala. Another project with a bullet hole in the windshield. Here's for $8,500. Says it was an old lowrider, so it's probably already cut for the hydraulics and everything. Yeah, look, it's got the diamond tuck in there. You can see the fuzzy on the, or you can see the fuzziness on the dashboard there.
Yeah, I just found that out.
So probably an old lowrider built in the 70s. And And a 74 GTO, 8,750. They didn't make a whole lot of these. This is one of 1,036. So it's got the big hatch. There used to be a guy who used to go to shows, had the tent, the camping tent for that. He's had the Trans Am scoop on it. The original paint, so it's got the old decals on it. There's an 86 C20, 5,000 on a non-op. How about a dragster? It says 63 to 64 vintage dragster. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. I'm not going to lean up against this guy's trailer. Just got to find your old power plant and go out and have some fun. '54 GMC. No pink slip, bill of sale only. Which, as long as it's off record in California, they'll register it. If you don't know, as long as it's not doesn't come up stolen or registered to somebody else, you're usually okay. As long as you know the story behind it. 66, one owner car, 19,000. Mustang, 95,000 original miles. Looks to be garage fresh. Maybe they added some wheels and tires to it. V8 automatic. And there's the phone number. How about a fire truck? This one's an old Navy fire truck. So it could be yours for $7,600. It's a 44 Mac. So World War II era. And he's got a C30 underneath. The cars continue to roll in. I think everyone's just showing up late this month. Fortunately, we don't have the fog. Last month we had all that crazy fog. And I almost thought there's no way I'm going to be able to get out there. But it did. What, about a 56 Merc? Yours for $14,500 if he actually put his information on there. Oh, he did. There we go. Firm $14,500. And I still have the 59 Ford. I did get it running. I just haven't done much else. I've got a new gas tank for it sitting in my house. So if things shut down, I'll be working on everything else that I've acquired. Here's a Fleetline Chevy 48 for $7,500. Again, I'll remind you again, check the date of the video. It is January 16th, 2022. It's in the video, it's in the description, it's in the thumbnail.
What happened?
Don't be calling these people a year later. All right, so more and more people are showing up as it warms up, as we check out this El Camino 1964. Could be yours for $23,500. You can read all the details there. There's always the pause button. And we'll take a look at it. I think it's an older paint job, still kind of holding up. The forced buckets and console and 4-speed. There's something old. This is a 1916 Ford Model T with electric start. It'll be yours for $5,500. Looks like it has like kind of like a custom body built out of wood on it. So you I don't know if I can't get back there because of the trailer. And we got an old Buick Riata Coupe here. I actually saw one of the convertibles in these the other day out in the wild. This one does not have a sign on it. These have actually become pretty collectible, especially the convertibles, which this one is not. Here's a Cadillac. This one's a 76. New motor and tires, 16,999, so 17,000. And these haven't caught on as much as the earlier Cadillacs, and obviously in California, 76 you still have to smog. So there is that. And how about a Duster? This one's a 74, oh sorry, Dart. It's a 74 Dart, all original, 4,500. So it looks like it's been in a garage for many years. It's got the tint that's coming off on the windows. Those are always fun to take off. Lots of razor blades and lots of swearing, if you know what I mean. And there's, I don't know if it has any other information on it. And a Chevy Fleetmaster. This one looks very original. This one is no price, but hopefully the number comes up there. It's like he's out of Las Vegas, judging by the area code. Well, it looks pretty dry. It looks like a desert car. There he goes. He wants $10,000 for it. And put the price on the other one. This Fleetmaster. And a 67 Jaguar Daimler. Right-hand drive. So it's actually, I believe these are technically a Daimler, even though it's the same company as Jaguar, but it is Daimler. So it has the D on there. '59 Chevy Parkwood wagon. Have yours for $10,000. I can't read it, but you probably can. The way it has the sign way up there. Look, it definitely needs pretty much everything. This one looks like it's out of Oregon originally. Here we go. Clean California title, $10,000. And it comes with an LS combo from a truck. So there is that. Probably needs a door or someone who could do some really amazing body work. There's an El Camino project for you. This is a 65. No price listed. There's a all original 1976 Caprice Landau Coupe. I think this might have been at one of the Palm Springs auctions, or maybe one similar to it, if I remember correctly. It's definitely the kind of thing, I believe this was out there in one of the Palm Springs auctions, is my recollection. Which I think we're going to try to hit that next month as well out in Palm Springs, so I can go visit my buddy Chuck, go visit my Cadillac, and no phone number, or maybe on the sheet. No price, no phone number. Nope, no phone number. And he left his title. No, just kidding. He just has a lot of documentation on the car. 69 Chevelle. This one could be yours for $55,000. There's all the information. And it's a Super Sport. Not sure if it's a real one or not. I'm guessing most likely it is. You always got to check all the numbers and such on those. Buckets and console. '67 Impala for $43,500. There's all your information there. So it's got a 396 big block according to the badges on the fender. There's a Ranchero project, very similar to the 64 I just sold. So the 6-cylinder runs great, 7,250. Judging by what I got for mine, that is quite high, I will say. Considering I had a hell of a time selling mine and I got nowhere near that. Mine was a V8 car. And this is probably a little bit nicer than mine, I will admit. But there's all your information on that one. And how about a Caprice wagon? From the 77. Could be yours for $7,000. There's all your information.
A lot of work, I know. Hey, Sam! What's up, Mike?
And a C10 short bed, $32,500. Better come around here and show you the interior.
The brown one. The 318.
So this 68 C10 short bed, $28,500. Same guy as the orange one we just showed you. And so it's a 74 International, $19,900. You don't see the Internationals as much. A few cars that aren't for sale, like this 64 Convertible and a 66 Chevelle. The 1974 GMC Jimmy. Yours for $22,000. There, El Camino. It was $8,500 for this '85 El Camino. There's a 72 Ford F-250. That's the 360. So the weird FE, San Jose built for $6,995. I had a beautiful 71 a few years ago, and I struggled. This is before they went crazy. I struggled to get $3,000 for it. Here's a Ford F-100 for $5,000. This one's got the longer bed option. And here we have a Chevy 4x4. Here's the information. This one could be yours for $19,500. A 53 Chevy Bel Air 4-door for $16,000. '80 Monte Carlo for $20,000. And a '66 Impala for $25,000. 65. This one is $50,000.
We're gonna paint it with an outlet. You can't walk on. You can't do that. And I could have bought.
How about a Maverick 4-door that's for sale?
$1,500
No price or phone number or anything.
on a lot.
I will say I had the two 1970 4-door, or it's 2-doors. I had two 2-door 1970 Mavericks. Those I had no issue selling. They sold extremely quickly on OfferUp. The 4-doors are a little bit harder to sell, and this one needs a lot of help. And they don't reproduce stuff like they do for some of the other Fords. Well, some stuff is available. This one is $42,000 for the '67 Nova. And a '63 Impala Super Sport. See what they're asking for that. Like I said, for some reason I had no problem selling that those two Mavericks, 6-cylinder automatic cars. And then my Cougar, I don't know what it is, nobody wants it. Actually, one guy thought it had a rusted roof, which it doesn't. It just looks, it was a vinyl top car, and it looks worse, way worse than it actually is in pictures. Which I finally figured out that's probably why it hasn't sold yet, because nobody's been smart enough to actually drive out and look at it and see that it doesn't have any rust on the roof. Look at this Fleet Master. That's a pretty car. We'll show you this one a little bit in detail. You know, it's not for sale. Now we got this 1961 Impala. Don't get too close because there is a bit of a disco going on over there. 64. I'll just walk through quickly, and if there's any issues, I'll just have to edit this out. But I like to bring you as much as possible. All these clubs come out here and just show off their cars, not necessarily cars that are for sale. All right, here's a 68 Mustang California Special. This guy's local. He goes to the Carcadia meet a lot. And these were produced for the California market with a lot of like Carroll Shelby style touches on it. And I think we've seen this one on the channel before, but it's always nice to have a look at it. But not something you see every day. That's kind of a neat one. It's a '63 Thunderbird with the Roadster tonneau cover on the back. Needs a bit of a restoration, but you don't see them a lot with the Roadster tonneau cover on them. Like an older paint job. It was definitely a repaint though. And no price on it, but there's the number. And I think this is the same guy, and this is Dodge Woody. Yeah, what's the price on the T-Bird? Just, oh geez, okay. Well, it's for YouTube, so
18K.
18K for the Thunderbird. What about on the Woody?
This one's 30, I believe.
30?
35.
35 on the Dodge Woody here. We'll show you the Woody.
Over there is 47.
What'd you say, 47? Okay, for the Mercury Sun Valley with the glass roof. We'll show you that too, because that's a pretty sweet car. So this one's got the glass roof. I got this Mustang with commercial plates for some reason. Doesn't look like a truck to me. So it could be yours for $35,000. Yeah, it's a 4-speed V8. And for some reason it has commercial plates. So I don't know why. Could have been a taxi, I guess. But I kind of doubt it. Well, look at this 67 Mustang. And a 62 Impala. How about the Studebaker Commander? This is a 1952 model, $13,000 or trade, and it's a 2-door. Very clean, very nice car, very much something you could take out and enjoy. I shot the Studebaker meet down in Anaheim, I don't know, I guess like 4 or 5 months ago. So that's on the channel, so if you like Studebakers, check that one out. There's the number. And this one's a 232 V8 with an overdrive. That just looks like a whole lot of fun for $13,000. And we got this Thunderbird here, complete with the Y block. It's what, a 55, I believe. I see we got the old Keystone mags on it. And show you this, $32,500. That says 57. It is not a 57. Oh, maybe. Nope. Unless they really modified it. I don't know what's going on there. Not a 57 though. Looks to be more like a 55. It's a 55 Royal Lancer, $16,500. 2-door hardtop with the small Hemi in it. And he's got the more modern headlights, and of course brakes have been upgraded for safety. So it looks like it's ready to go. It's 270 with a 700 R4 overdrive. This has had a lot of work done to it. It's got under dash air. That car looks like a whole lot of fun. And Harley, not sure how he got Easy Rider for his license plate. That's pretty amazing, if you ask me. There's an 80s Bronco.
We're going to reverse.
A lot of cars have been filling in. Oh, watch out, he's got hubcaps here. This one's a 1980 for $13,000. Needs a little bit of work. I've actually got a set of those 65, 66 caps somewhere in my basement, so I should probably bring those out here and sell them because they're not really doing me any good. They came from my old 66 I had. I had bought an extra set. I believe it was out here many, many years ago. It's a 64 GTO with tri-power. This one is for sale, no price, but I believe you can get the number. A lot of people are having a look at this one with a 4-speed. And we're going to get into some more of the Project Chevys. This one could be yours. This could be yours for $14,800. Runs and drives. And a bright red pickup. Nice 58 Impala. This one could be yours for $53,000. That is a 626 number. You can't see it under the blade there. 66 area code, and probably one of the more reasonably priced Impalas here that I've seen so far, as it appears to be ready to go. Probably why it's got a crowd around. This 57 with a blower. This one is just says make offer or trades. I have never been offered anything in good for trade for any of my vehicles I've posted for sale. I don't know about you guys. Have you guys ever been offered anything good in trade for something you posted for sale? I always seem to get offered stuff that's worth like way less. The only time I've ever done well on trades is usually with people I already know. And that seems to be the only time I've done well on trades. It's trades with friends and things like that. There's this 57. This is a 40,000 or best. 210. 57 210 two-door hardtop. And you got some more hot rods. This one, no price. It is for sale. And there'll be more of this stuff probably next week out at Moon Eyes at Irwindale. That should be a fun event. And I actually have a vehicle entry for that, so I'll be there pretty much all day. I'll probably be editing the video while I'm there, so I can go home and just upload it. This one's a 1931. Same thing, just for trade, with a DeSoto Hemi in it. There's some more of the cars that are just display only, including these Chevys and a 59 Edsel. Edsel Ranger two-door hardtop. I've owned a few. This one actually is for sale, but there's no information. And I'm gonna have to turn this down because there's some music. But we'll at least show you this wonderful 1959 Edsel, which I've owned a few of these over the years. There's some more of the cars. This one's actually for sale, this 56. Oh, he has a sign, but it's pointed that way. He's even got a, right next to the Hula Girl, 23,500. You can get all the information on this one. It's to be an older restoration. Still holding up with a 4-speed, something you can have a little bit of fun with. There's that. Here's an oldie. This is a Chevy Coupe. This guy was here last month. This Ford pickup with the chopped roof. This one's 32,000. I remember seeing that last month. And how about a Checker Marathon station wagon? You don't see the wagons very often. Not for sale, but like I said, something very interesting, very rare. These cars were overbuilt, obviously, for commercial use as taxis and other such vehicles. So they were built extremely well. And they either use a Kaiser power plant, and then the later ones use like a Chevy power plant. Alrighty, we're going to try to walk away from the music as quickly as possible, but still show you some of the nice vehicles here, like the 55 panel delivery. This 59 Impala.
That's how to do it, brother!
Nice Chevy Apache. This one's for sale. It's a 59. I believe we've seen this one before somewhere for sale. Maybe Long Beach. Don't quote me on that. Most likely. And how about this Chevy van? It's an early Chevy van. And it's a shorty. I don't believe I've seen this one before around at any of the van meets. Not for sale, but always worth a look. And this beautiful Chevy Fleetline. because there's one, there can't be another Chevy Fleet Line. Well, here's another one. This one's the C10 short bed, complete with a LS in it.
Like when they're long.
This is a 39 hot rod, complete with a cat. And that one looks like a whole lot of fun. Nice 57 and a 56. This is a 50 style line, 42,000. This, I believe we've seen this one before. This is this one, I believe this was at Long Beach last week. This 57 four-door hardtop. If not, there was one like it. You don't see the four-door hardtops too often. One's a bit of a custom. 54 Lincoln for $9,500. Looks like it's like a car that was maybe customized maybe in the 70s or 80s. Back during the 50s revival of that era. This one's a Chevy street rod, complete with the 90s looking graphics. Anybody remembers the 90s like hot rod scene? That was, those kind of stripes were very popular back then. And this shoebox. This one, he's got a Pennzoil sign. Oh, this is not this car. This is for a 38 Ford, so not this car. There's a 41 Chrysler Royale, 9,900. Needs a bit of body work, but it's the business coupe. It's not something you see a whole lot. The cars are still rolling in and out of this place. Stuff is actually still showing up. It's a 55 Chevy 3100.
Sell it for me, I'll give you $1,000.
Complete with the flipper hubcaps. 37 DeSoto. It says DeSoto Chrysler. No, it's a DeSoto. Chrysler's a completely different make. 45,000. It's a Chevy Convertible. Known as, no price on it, but there's the number. Another Fleet Line. See cars continuing to roll in here. It's a Plymouth, made to almost give it like that aircraft look, with the rivets on it. This one could be yours for $29,000. It even comes with the Christmas lights. Because it's never too late to celebrate Christmas. There's a Chevy. This Ford. There actually is another Long Beach swap meet this month. There's one at the end of the month on the last week. Did I mention that already? I probably did. But there's one, I believe, on the 30th. 57 Ford F100. 650 horsepower. Here's a bare metal rusted Chevy pickup, complete with a mini bike. It's a neat truck. This one's got a Thorson frame on it. I used to work there actually. It's a GMC pickup. Everyone's kind of crowded around it. Look at this Thunderbird. I used to sell cars at Thorson Buick GMC. It's a 55 Ford Thunderbird. Could be yours for $45,000. And it's not labeled as a 57 like the other one. And if you like oldies and old records and stuff, check out my other channel. It's Mike Finds Things. There'll be a link in the description. I find lots of great records on there. A lot of rare stuff, common stuff, stuff you don't know, stuff you should know. 78s, 45s, LPs. We got you covered. Mike Finds Things. And like I said, there'll be a link in the description. So at the end of the video, you can go to there, and if you want to watch me talk about cool old music for 45 minutes to an hour, is usually about the length on those videos. Be sure to give it a go. You won't believe the stuff I find at thrift stores and estate sales and places like that. Alright, look at this. Oh, well, look at that. We'll look at the Model A. Let's do that. So, we got this, not for sale, but always worth a look nonetheless. But there's a lot of these at the Holiday Motor Excursion a couple weeks ago, and I have a video of that. There's like a whole Model A and a whole Model T club showed up for that event. All pre-1932 cars. Check out this Cadillac Coupe Deville. Sort of like an older restoration. I got dueling sound systems and a train going by, so it's nice and loud right now for you guys at home. Another Model A. And I'll walk through and hopefully the copyright people don't grab any of those. Alright, despite it being a little light, I've already shot a lot of footage here at Pomona. I still haven't gotten to the Corvettes, which are right over there. And I'll show a little bit of the Volkswagen section on the way out. And there'll be a whole Volkswagen, one of the halls for Grand National Roadster Show is going to be all Volkswagens and historic Volkswagens. And we got the Octo Meet coming up. I think it's next month. If not, it's the month after that. I'm trying to remember. I know it's on my calendar at home. So we definitely have some stuff coming up for all the Volkswagen guys. It's actually a guy who keeps driving through in a 60 Chevy station wagon with a whole sound system mounted on the roof. And he just drives back and forth. And I have to keep stopping the video. So it's taking me a little bit longer than normal to film this, mostly because of that guy, so unfortunately. Here's something a little bit different. This is a Morgan three-wheeler, but one of the more modern ones. You can see it's got a probably a Harley derivative engine on there, like an S&S. So it's newer, made to look like a vintage Morgan. I know they're still in production. And of course these get licensed as a motorcycle, so anything three-wheel gets licensed as a motorcycle, but you still need a car license to drive it, not a motorcycle license. So it's kind of weird. And the Corvette section's pretty sparse. It's actually been pretty sparse for a while, not necessarily this time. The old days, this whole section would be like filled with Corvettes. This is 25, 30 years ago. Mostly vintage ones, not the newer cars. Now look at a 67 Stingray. I remember coming out here, you'd see some pretty amazing rare Corvettes out here. You'd even see 53s and 55s and big block Stingrays. And there's even somebody brought their Volvo that's been modernized. Not sure if it's sitting on a Corvette chassis or what the hell is. Oh, let's see what this is. It is a Volvo in the Corvette. This is a Volvette. So you can probably read that. 89,000 brings home this beauty. So they got a lot of these newer Corvettes out here. This is a 2003 50th anniversary for 20,000. They reserved this area for the Corvettes, but like I said, as of I can't remember the last time this whole area has been full of Corvettes, or at least vintage ones. Say pre-80s Corvettes. I've not seen that in many years. Another 67. This one's a coupe with air conditioning. There's more. There's another. This one we've seen here before. This big block coupe 67. We've seen this one around before. Okay, I did find this 66 big block coupe 427. Not sure which 427 it has. There's 390 horse and the 425/450 horse. Over by the grandstands for the Auto Club Raceway is where they have the Winter Nationals every year. And for you guys that actually want to see snow, there it is. Look off in the mountains. There's the snow. And I'm wearing a t-shirt. So everybody back east is ready just to like throw things at whatever their device they're watching this on right now. Because the weather is really nice today here. Sorry to say that, but it is. Ooh, check out this Nissan. All right, let's check out this. We'll check out the bump side though, the short bed. You know, it's not for sale as this Grand National pulls out. So it's not for sale. Met a lot of cool people here, like watch my videos. So definitely takes a little bit longer to film because I always stop to talk to people, and it's always a good time. I realize this video is going to be quite lengthy, so I'm probably just going to do pickup shots on the way out, and then I'll hit the Volkswagen section on the way out before heading home to edit and upload this video. And we'll be back out at it next week for the Moon Eyes New Year's party at Irwindale. That should be a good one. And the following week, Grand National Roadster Show. If I could ever get the guy at O'Reilly's to figure out how to process the discount ticket. I always have to get the manager. I don't know what it is. Every year I get my discount ticket at O'Reilly for that because it is a little bit of a discount. Isn't that the word for fertilizer? Okay. So still a nice car. Sorry, I had to throw that joke in there for all the old timers. Everybody knows what, all the old timers know what I'm talking about there. For the rest of you, just look up Bandini Mountain on YouTube for all you young guys, and you'll get the joke. Very nice Dodge though. I'm gonna show you these. Check out this 67 Mustang Fastback. Could be yours for $165,000. It's got a Coyote swap in there. Even got it roped off, and a 69 Coupe Camaro. That one could be yours for $165,000. Says it's a real one. I always thought the real ones went for more than that, but who knows? So you always see those like on Barrett Jackson, and they're bringing like $250,000 and up. 69 Dodge Dart, $15,000. But it's a swinger. It's Monte SS with the T-tops. No for sale sign on that one. Okay, there's really not a lot of Volkswagens here this time. Usually there's like quite a bit. I will do like a quick walk around since I know this is already a lengthy video. I could see how much footage I've already shot. I said there will be more Volkswagen content. I'm gonna go to the Octo meet. I'm gonna see if my daughter wants to go. This is a 58 for 53,000. I had a 58, not a convertible though, just a regular 58 Beetle in coral red. Man, I wish I still had that car. I got it from the original owner's son many years ago. And unfortunately, I lost it in a trade. That was a fun car to drive. I haven't owned a Beetle in a while. I had that had a 67 a couple of years ago that I got it running, then I just kind of sold it. But I didn't want an auto stick one. I still wouldn't mind getting another one with a regular manual transmission. See some of the Volkswagens. A little bit more of a walk around in the VW area. So the Volkswagen thing could be yours for 23,000 or best. But I don't pretend to understand Volkswagen prices or any of the rhyme or reason to it, so may or may not be a good deal, so we'll just leave it at that. I just remember when a running Beetle was like under $1,000. Of course, those days are long gone. The 70 could be yours for 3,500.
There's more.
So just enjoy the cars.
Went all the way around.
This one's very pink. This one could be yours for 8,500. This flat black 69 Beetle. Okay, that's going to wrap things up for this month's Pomona Car Swap Meet out here at the Pomona Fairplex. And next week we're off to Irwindale for the Moon Eyes New Year's party. That's when the one it is. And there's not going to be a Pomona next month. In February, there won't be any Pomona Swap Meets till March. There is Grand National Roadster Show at the end of the month here at Fairplex, but on the other side of the Fairplex where it's the actual place they do the fair. If you like records and old music and stuff, check out my second channel, Mike Finds Thing. There's a link in the description. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.